Oh dear, not as tall as the guys. But I have 5 brothers, so I'm pretty darn tough. First, let me say it is such an incredible pleasure to be here at St. Croix. What a beautiful, beautiful island. What a joy to be here with all of you, and particularly to be here with Emmett. I've known Emmett now for, I'm not going to say how many years because that would betray my age, but he is really one of the superstars of the Democratic Party. I work obviously at the national level and have been for actually since 1980. Candidly, things in Washington are pretty messy and pretty discouraging at times, and it's getting harder and harder to get things done. You all know that, I know that. We all watch the television, we all have the internet, and it is wonderful of all of you to come out on a Friday night to attend this opening for Emmett, because we know that it is important. There are too many things at stake in this election and in our country not for us to be involved. And I want to just applaud you for your activism and applaud Emmett for his willingness to step up again and serve the people of the Virgin Islands. Emmett has an incredible number of friends and allies at the national level. And I know, because of that, he is going to be able to get the job done. He's a fighter. Let me tell you how much of a fighter I know him to be. I now serve on the Resolutions Committee, among other jobs I have at the Democratic National Committee. And Emmett presented 3 resolutions that came before our body. 2 of the 20 resolutions passed by the National Party were Emmett's resolutions. He taught the members of the Democratic National Committee and me a few things that we should have known about the Virgin Islands, and we should have known about our country. We should have known that veterans on the Virgin Islands have to go to Puerto Rico if they need to be in a hospital.
We should have known.
We should have known that their support system, their spouses, their children, their parents would have to go to Puerto Rico if they wanted to be with their veteran who needed some medical care. That is not what we owe the veterans of this country. That is wrong. And when Emmett enlightened the full National Committee of this absolute shameful situation, not only did the Resolutions Committee support him 100%, but also the full National Committee, 440 members from every state in the Union, from every territory, everyone who was a part of our party stood with Emmett and unanimously supported what he was presenting to all of us. He educated us, he led us, and he will lead Puerto Rico and the other territories by working together on these kinds of issues, but most importantly, for you here on the Virgin Islands, he will give you the kind of equality that you deserve, that is the absolute strength of our nation. You know, right now in Washington, everybody is fighting with each other and pointing fingers and behaving, frankly, badly. If they were my children, I'd give them a timeout. And I would tell them, you come back to the Congress when you're ready to do your job. Emmett will help them do their job. We need the kind of leadership that he already has shown at the national level. We need somebody who knows how to get things done, who knows the people who know the people, who will take his calls, and who will make things happen. You need a stronger infrastructure, you need energy development, you need the kind of education that every child deserves, and in this incredibly wonderful United States of America, the richest nation on earth, we have the right to demand, to ask, and to make sure that these issues are addressed. On a personal level, there's nobody finer than Emmett. He is decent, he cares, he understands, he's smart. And I don't know why I'm telling you all this, because you know him even better than I do, but I just wanted to say that because it's an incredible joy for me to be here. And what's more, I hope he brings this band to Washington, because we need a little bit of life, and a little bit of better music, and a little bit more fun as we do the work that is so important to this nation. So Emmett, thank you for letting me be a part of this. Thank you for welcoming me to this beautiful, incredible headquarters, for being here with Roberto, with Cecil, with all of my new friends. And my last wish and hope is that in this day of commercials and ridiculous campaign slogans that nobody really thinks about, it is the people-to-people campaigns that really make things happen. When you talk to your neighbors, when you talk to your friends, when you talk to even strangers where you might work or meet, and you tell them about Emmett, that's the way we get back to the kind of democracy that many of us grew up in, the kind of democracy that enriches the Democratic Party, that makes our nation strong. The vote is a most important treasure that we have and we are fighting for all over the world. Let's make sure that we make that vote happen right here in the Virgin Islands, and let's make sure it happens for Emmett. Thank you very much.